crime that Jordan Neely was guilty of was the color of his skin.
Come on.
The former Marine charged in the chokehold death of Jordan Neely on a New York City subway last year was found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide by a Manhattan jury on Monday. This comes after a judge dismissed a more serious second-degree manslaughter charge last week after the jury could not come to a verdict on the count they were hung. Gloria Pazmino, tell us the latest.
Well, we are getting a live reaction right from inside that courtroom. My colleague Lauren Del Valle has been sitting there as the verdict was read. Not guilty. Visible smiles from Daniel Penny, who has just been acquitted on that second charge, the criminally negligent homicide.
It's sad when anybody loses their life, because I know there's a lot of other factors going on. There's potential mental illness. You have the family that's upset. You know, we can also ask, why didn't the family step in and try to get him help and do something? You know, there's a lot of factors. The bottom line is, this guy's stepping up and trying to protect innocent people when he sees a guy begin to act erratic. I would have did the same thing. He probably should have been in a facility or someplace where he was getting the help that he needed.
You want to do something about this verdict? Then you go into your neighborhood and you promote black unity. Black people, we are all we have. This system protects every other group except for the very people that built this country.
Say it.
You know, I don't know about y'all, but I am sick and tired of these fake Black Lives Matter organization who claims to be fighting for the rights of blacks when over the last 4 years, we've all seen it in the news about who they truly are, with their leadership spending millions of dollars on high dollar exorbitant homes, taking expensive trips, and millions more of unaccounted dollars that you all, not necessarily you all, but many people donated to.
Every group that comes here gets privileges, gets benefits, except for the very people whose fingerprints are on the bricks that built this country. There is no love for black people. There is no love in the system. How can you make a moral appeal to a people that have no moral code?
I'm the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Greater New York, and I'm a devout Christian. And in my Bible, thou shalt not kill. In the Torah, thou shalt not kill. In Buddhism and Hinduism, thou shalt not kill a living thing. But America has no moral code. America has no soul. Our bloods have paved the streets of this nation since its inception. It was foolish of us to think that a black man would get justice in the system designed to keep him oppressed.
And I wish the media would quit giving them airtime, but all I gotta say to these two folks that they interviewed is, shut up. We're done with your fake organization who does nothing for black people except exploit them. And by the way, you are part of the problem in this country with all the division and all the racism. All lives matter. Yeah, I said it, and they always will. I got a question for you though. Have you seen the video? In the subway, there were black and Hispanic people in the area trying to help hold this guy down. But y'all ain't bringing nothing about that up. You're not saying nothing about that. That goes right over your head. See what I mean? Fake. Just fake. I'm glad this man was acquitted, because unlike you fake Black Lives Matter folks, I would have jumped in personally and I would have helped him had I been there. Love your neighbor. Remember that? You see, that's the problem. You're so focused on what you think is black people's injustice, but don't want to address all the other issues going on. Especially just some of the few that this dude had. Mental illness, which isn't a crime, but it contributes to it. History of this kind of behavior. He even had warrants, from what I understand. You better be glad I wasn't on that train and he had approached my family, because I probably would have reacted the way that other guy did, probably worse. I'm just glad to see that because of how things have flipped in this country, that these stupid district attorneys are getting their heads out of their you-know-what and starting to make decisions like they did in this case. The right thing to do was to acquit this guy, period. As a cop of over 30 years, he did nothing wrong but try to protect the other people on that train, which is what all of us have a standard to do as citizens of the United States.
My heart bleeds for the Neely family. My heart bleeds for his father, who sat in front of me every single day and prayed for justice for his son. There is no one coming to save black people, or else we wouldn't live in these ghettos, we wouldn't be in these prisons, and we would be further along than we are. We wouldn't be at the absolute bottom.
And to be truthful, we need more folks like that in this country. And I pray that's what we're getting back to now that all the crazy is gone. Kamala, Biden, all that craziness is in the past. So
forgive me for being jaded and cynical, but once we saw those 9 white jurors, we knew that this case was over.
9 of them.
9 white jurors. How could there not be an uproar that the same person who got off Kyle Rittenhouse, who got off O.J. Simpson, was used here? And shame on you, celebrities and politicians who claim not to be racist, because the racists spoke loud and clear. John McCain's daughter, she had something to say. I think she incited a riot for the right. Phil Mickelson, he had something to say. Kid Rock donated $3 million. And if you look on social media, if you look at the hatred spewed across against us, against black people, against a man who was sick, because when there's a crisis of drugs in America, I'm sorry, it's only a crisis when it's a white person, an opioid crisis.
I love you guys, and I will check you on the next one. Later.